So Leeds about to make a change. Everton already have, and that takes us back to our Premier League 5 talking points, as if by magic. So Everton next, Mark. Did we see Sean Dyche, who you heard Paul Robinson mention a few minutes ago, get extra out of this Everton team on Saturday?
I think so. You just knew from the moment that he was appointed at Everton, he was going to have a huge impact on the side. He was going to bring that energy that he did so often with Burnley, that belief. He's a motivator. He's a big figure of a man. He brings a real presence to that dressing room. He's got vast experience and he's a likeable character, and he's got a good experience as well in the EFL. He's played in the top flight. He knows how to operate at this level, and you knew that his impact at Everton would almost be immediate. I don't think the Evertonians would have expected him to have that kind of an impact where they beat top of the league Arsenal, but that's exactly what he did. Why? Perhaps because of some running stats. Now let's take a look at this. I think this is absolutely fascinating, Rob, and let me just explain this as well. This is the distance covered by Everton players in the Premier League for the entirety of this season. So every single performance from every single player in every single Premier League game. This is the top 7. 5 of the 7 are from that Arsenal match. Abdoulaye Doucouré, frozen out by Frank Lampard. He has run the most of any Everton player this season in a Premier League match, 12.10 kilometres. That was against Arsenal. Dwight McNeil, a player that Sean Dyche knows well from Burnley, just over 12 kilometres. Again, that came against Arsenal. Amadou Onana was 11.77. That was against Manchester City. The same Onana again against Arsenal, just a shade under what he did against Manchester City. Idrissa Gueye, 11.47 against Arsenal. And then Iwobi once against Leeds. And you can see at the bottom there, Alex Iwobi, 11.38 against Arsenal. So immediately what you're seeing there is the effect that Sean Dyche is having on those players, saying, I want you to work, I want you to run, I want you to give me everything, I want you to press from the front, I want to see more energy from my sides. That's what he got. And then you can see it here in black and white. It's important to point out, of course, this is only one game compared to the average under Frank Lampard, but it's stark. The average running and distance covered by Everton players under Frank Lampard was 108.6 kilometres per game. In that match against Arsenal, what did you see from Sean Dyche's Everton? 116.4 kilometres covered. Clean sheet, 1-1-0. The Sean Dyche effect.
OK, I was just trying to work out how many laps of Stanley Park that would be. I got lost on about lap 4. Right, OK. So he is known for having a style, especially keeping it tight at the back. Did we see that implemented here?
I think so. I think what you saw from, this Everton side under Sean Dyche, and it's something that he's even said in the press conferences as well, it's, the minimum requirement is maximum effort. You've seen that in the running stats. Let's take a little look at the average 11 positions that you're going to see now. This is obviously Frank Lampard's final match against West Ham. Played a back 5 there. You can say potentially just sat off a little bit. Calvert-Lewin's a little bit deeper, whereas compared to Sean Dyche's side against Arsenal, you've got a back 4. What you're seeing here as well is that they're prepared to engage. They're not too deep, they're not too high, but they're prepared to be on the front foot, go and meet players, try and press, try and win the ball. You've got Calvert-Lewin that's stretching the side a little bit. He's playing a little bit higher as well, so that means that Arsenal have to drop off just that little bit more if he gets in behind. And you're seeing players in and around the middle there, congesting the central midfield areas. They're not too wide like you can see with Frank Lampard's side. Make it tight, make it gritty, be in amongst it. Don't give them time on the ball, and a slightly different formation there. But you can just see there's a slight tweak in the formation. But again, it goes back to that work rate and energy you're seeing from the Sean Dyche side. OK. How much is his appointment a wise one from an Everton perspective following the record that he had at Burnley? Well, we know that he had a fantastic record at Burnley, just the one relegation, but he got the team back into the Premier League. He has vast experience of keeping a side in the Premier League. He knows what it takes to roll up your sleeves and be in a relegation battle. He did it essentially season after season with Burnley. We know that there are a couple of campaigns where they were outstanding. But this man knows exactly what it takes to keep a side in the top flight, and he has the experience to do it, and that's why Everton went for him in the end, essentially. Let's take a look at Burnley's Premier League finishes under Sean Dyche since 2016. You can see when you go back to 2016, 17, 16th there, 40 points. They say that's the magic points total you need to keep a side in the Premier League. That's what everyone targets, and they survived that season. The 17-18 campaign was the miracle season as far as Burnley fans are concerned, getting into the European spaces by finishing 7th on 54 points. The following campaign, bit of a tricky one as well, because that European qualification starts early in July. It makes the season longer. It makes it more difficult. You have midweek matches. They finished 15th there on 40 points. Top 10 finish in 1920 on 54 points, and then a couple of relegation scraps as well. 17th in 2021, 18th when they got relegated in 2021-22. But remember, he got sacked after 32 games on that season there. So that's where they were. Chances are he may have kept Burnley in the Premier League if he was given until the summer. You certainly wouldn't have backed against him with his record. But what Everton have got now is someone who's honest, someone who's experienced, someone who will give everything and commit himself to that football club. And right now, with the divided fan base and the nature of things on Merseyside, you get the feeling that that is exactly the type of character they need at the top of their club.
Yeah, and an interesting Monday night football to come, isn't there? That should be interesting. And I'm stood here, and he looks scary. I would have run 200 kilometres in that game.